for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu, and I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's south of Capitol Hill's rocking with me. Boys smoke the trays and ponder getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
X-ray season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that, hood ain't the same, I was all on their ass, I'm level-headed. So yo, my dudes love when I spaz, and I'm so over Seattle's passive-aggressive attitude. They don't call you back, what they really saying is F you. While I'm from the same place, I move at a different pace. I prefer if you just said it to my face, damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Average dudes with they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I probably cracking my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete, I'm a verbal athlete. Deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building. My whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own. Let's get into it.
I just want to live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.
Hey, and living we are. Welcome everybody to the Morning Update Show right here live from the Paramount. I am your co-host, Trey Holiday. And I gotta say, we're living pretty well right now.
Yo, this is amazing right here in the historic Paramount Theater. Look, I gotta stop kicking my leg. We had a new studio. We had a new studio, right? Isn't this a fantastic setup?
Oh, it's so great. You know, coming in today, you know, we've been talking about this, been preparing for it, but there's nothing like being here. Nothing like it.
Yo, and then wow. I'm going to get right into it. I'm almost speechless up in here. Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to the Morning Update Show and remind you, right now is a perfect opportunity to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with people who you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Want to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald and KBCS 91.3 over there at Bellevue College. Also want to remind everybody that you can listen to the Morning Update Show anywhere that you find your favorite podcast. They're putting a link in there right now for SoundCloud, but you could also go to Google, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere, you know what I'm saying, you want to listen to it. Man, election day's tomorrow. We'll talk about that here in a second. But as usual, it's no excuses season, and tomorrow's the time for no excuses. A great way to support independent Black-owned media, as well as letting people know you're not having the excuses, is go to whereweconverge.com/shop. Also want to remind everybody that the vaccine is readily available throughout King County, really everywhere, but throughout King County. We got a link there in the comments. If you need to get vaccinated, want to get vaccinated, it's out there. All 3 vaccinations are there. As usual, Trey Holiday, if someone is asking you to Cash App them or send them Venmo for the vaccine, you might want to pass.
Yeah, don't do it, folks. It's definitely free around here. Free for you, so you can stay healthy and keep those around you healthy.
Right. And up on our blog, we have the vaccine stories, vaccine diaries right there. Then you have Inye, Danish, and Asia. And we've been talking to community members about why they got vaccinated and why they have not got vaccinated. I think it's important, Trey, that we leave space to try to understand the hesitancy that's out there. We see in the news right now, especially in other parts of America, this latest variant is just ripping through communities. And there's a lot of hesitancy around the vaccine, but I think that leaving space to have honest conversation about why people are hesitant is important.
Yeah. And, even with this new variant, it reminds me of when we first had to deal with stories of COVID and everybody just trying to decipher through all the information. There's so much going on. And so it causes a lot of different conversations happening out there for folks. And I'm glad that we're able to capture some of those different perspectives.
Yeah, actually, we're going to be having community voices around vaccine hesitancy in our community. That's going to be in a few weeks. And, it's just important. A lot of stuff that I hear when people are hesitant is some stuff is well grounded and some stuff is kind of out there. I'm leaving space for the people that are out there, but we want to talk about it. Trey Holiday, tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is election day. Here in King County, the state of Washington, is all mail-in ballot elections. A lot of people have voted, but as usual, especially here in the Emerald City, it comes down the day of.
Yeah, every time. I mean, we see how close these local races are. This is why we've been pushing on it, y'all. It's so important to make sure that your voice is a part of that final count. And tomorrow is going to be a big day, man. We'll see these numbers come down from these large numbers of candidates for these races to those who get the top numbers. So you guys, it's really important. If you got somebody out there that you think represents what you want to see happening at the local level, make sure you're putting your vote in there.
Yeah, man, vote. Like, I'm just be clear. You know what I'm saying? Vote. And sometimes on a ballot, there might be some things that you don't have any bearing on. You don't have to vote for every category. Like there might be somebody voting for school board. You don't have kids. You're not vested in school board or anything. That's not a reason for you just not to vote at all. It's very, very important to vote. You heard Director Julie Wise, don't be tardy for the party, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this voted. And I was moving so fast over here that I forgot we got some excellent guests on the show today when we got a few handcrafted motion graphics. First, we're going to be talking to Bookie Gates, and we'll put that up there. And then we're going to be talking to STG Executive Director. That's Josh LaBelle. We're going to also be, we've got a performance from LIVT. It's going to be performing. And then also, who else we got?
Yeah. And then we also have Ms. Flo's in the building. Ms. Flo's local celebrity of her own right. Can't wait to see these performances today, y'all.
All right. Good stuff. One of the things we want to bring up, SDOT is looking for feedback around these street side cafes. They call them the safe streets. And there you go. That's actually Island Soul right there. Personally, I think it's kind of cool, but the SDOT wants people's feedback on that. We put a link there in the comments. They want to know what you think about the sidewalk and the street cafes. Are you a fan?
I am. And you know what? Funny enough, I was at Island Soul on Friday, met some folks over there, and really we sat outside at one of those street cafes. So I just got to say, man, I'm a patron. And I think that, again, when we talk about being innovative, everybody has had to find their way to do so during COVID. Man, shout out to these restaurateurs who were like, you know what? We're going to take advantage of this opportunity. So if you guys are just like me, if you're somebody who's been out there enjoying those outside tables, man, make sure they know that, you're appreciative.
Yeah, just drinking your two-step.
I had a two-step. Okay, I always have a two-step.
Okay. It's about the drink. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on a campaign here. Our campaign is to get Jake Gravbrot to 10,000.
Unbelievable, man. He's the best player in the world. I'm glad he's on my side. And going into a game 7, you want the best player in the world on your side.
The backyard got mountains in it. I do not move until my accountant finish. Big mason jars, each one an ounce.
All right, Trey, you always do this better than me.
Hey, you guys gotta follow Jake on Instagram. walk.into.the.light. And I gotta tell you, with his height, I'm sure he's walking into the light every single day. Jake gets the dopest photos from the dopest perspective, man. Please follow our guy, Jake. Walk.into.the.light.
Yeah, he just got back from San Francisco this morning.
Yeah.
Landed from San Francisco, filming another episode of GTFO. Another episode of GTFO. He just landed back here, came right here on set, camera out, and everything else. And what I want to do is, this was a last minute addition to the show. And before I bring Bookie in, I want to explain everything here. That we've been partnered up with Baseball Beyond Borders. They just did their annual fundraiser, Students of the Game. We were all there at T-Mobile Park and everything else. And lost in all of that is the fact that the team won the Western a division, and they're actually going to the RBI National Championships down in Vero Beach, Florida. But the reason as well why it popped back up on my radar is I was out at Rainier Beach Community Center over the weekend, and Fathers and Sons Together had an event. And somebody on the panel was talking about the baseball team, and they're like, man, these are young people. They're doing great things. The media needs to be making more noise about it and everything else. And although we've been talking about the organization Baseball Beyond Borders, I was like, man, we need to make some more noise about these kids. They're playing for a national championship. Seattle kids down in Florida playing for a national championship. Curtis Delgado, can you bring in Bookie Gates? Bookie.
Hey.
Top of the morning, Trey.
Hi. What's up, brother? Congratulations. That's a huge feat.
Thank y'all, man. It's amazing. I'm here in Vero Beach, Florida, coming to you live from Building 42 at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. This is an amazing complex, man. You're talking about, this is the old Dodger town. So if you're a historian in baseball, this is where the Dodgers had their spring training for many years before they transitioned over to Arizona. But this is a great experience for the kids, right? Let's just take everything out and just say what an experience for kids to come out here and try baseball, to experience baseball, and to experience at a high level, right? We're here at the RBI World Series. I must say, I believe for the first time in more than 20 plus years, Seattle has a team representing in the RBI World Series. I'll need to get more data on that. I'll come back with the facts. But again, it's been a long time since Seattle had some representation in the RBI World Series.
And Bookie, just for a second here, tell everybody about RBI, the program that's been rolled out by Major League Baseball.
So RBI it stands for Reviving Baseball in the Inner City. It started back in 1996. John Young, obviously our local hero, and Joe Staten was really influential in kicking this off. But it wanted to get more Black kids access to baseball and softball in urban communities. And so it's been going ever since. Major League Baseball has put a significant investment in RBI, obviously now culminating into a big World Series event. We're one of 6 teams at the junior division, that's 13 to 15 years of age, that is representing their city, their state, their county, their region. Here at the World Series, we got teams such as New Orleans, we have Indianapolis, there's Pittsburgh Pirates, there's Roberto Clemente from Jersey City, and we have Atlanta Braves. The great story that comes from this, and I'll tell you, is that the Pittsburgh Pirates organization, their RBI team that's coming here, actually is founded by a former student athlete that is from Seattle that was a part of Baseball Beyond Borders in its early inception. Nelson Cooper, mother Cabrina Bell, went to Garfield High School. So again, this is what we do, right? We invest in our community so that they then have a return on investment where they go to wherever they go and they kick off and they start baseball for other folks, man. So this is amazing. And we play them first thing tomorrow morning. It'll be 5:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's an early bird game. Hopefully y'all are up so you can check us out.
Wow, Boogie. I just got to say, because you were talking about the kids, right? And, them being able to be part of something that's so historic. How is the vibe, man, for the kids right now? How are they feeling it now that you guys are down there and it's so real for them, all their hard work paying off in this big, big way?
Well, they can't wait, right? They can't wait to put on that helmet, put on that glove, put on their uniform, and just play. I guess having the experience in California, where we were the West Region champions, playing at the Urban Youth Academy in Compton, California, at Compton College, that was just an eye-opening experience for them. So now to be able to accomplish that feat that brings them here to the World Series speaks volumes. And so they can't wait. They're tired right now. We just flew in on a red eye. So we just got here to the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. But we're hoping to get a little bit of rest, and then we'll be right back at it first thing tomorrow morning when full play begins.
We actually, well, you can put it back up there now. We actually have some photos here. You guys were down in Compton, California, where you won the West. We can throw those up there, Curtis, and you can tell us real quick about that experience down there.
So this was the game right after the championship where we were able to win. Just excited to be able to play. These are our 13 to 15-year-old junior division champs. As you can see, man, these kids just enjoyed the moment and the time spent playing against the Dodgers, playing against a team from Alaska, and just playing at the Urban Youth Academy, right? These are immaculate fields. We don't get fields like this up in Seattle. So be able to play there and have the experience and play against other kids, man, especially to see other Black kids play baseball, that speaks volumes, right? It gives some representation to what we see across our country.
Right. And now the thing is, before we let you go, is that a lot of other media, they watch us, and we want people to pick up on this story. This is a big deal that our kids are down there playing for RBI National Championship down there at Jackie Robinson Stadium, Vero Beach, Florida. How can people, especially if other people from the media want to get in touch with you about what's going on, how can they reach you?
They can reach me directly. Shoot me on email, bookie@baseballbeyond.org. We got the website, baseballbeyond.org, or you can follow us on social media at BBB Inner City. And stay in contact with us. Follow us along. We'll keep you updated on games, statuses, the experiences that we're having. We'll post videos, photos. We're just looking to have a good time and allow these kids to explore their potential.
Amazing. Yeah, I was just going to say, because really, I was going to say, how do parents who may have a kid that's like, look, I'm interested in baseball, looks like they can follow you there too and figure out how to be a part of maybe the next season?
Absolutely. Just follow us at BBB Inner City on all social media platforms, but also you can hit us up on our website. We do have a contact us form, and then we'll be looking to get you involved in our program in the future.
Awesome. All right, Bookie, good luck, man. Yeah. Send our regards to all the players down there, man, and we're going to be cheering for you guys out here in Seattle.
Absolutely. Congrats again, brother.
Thank y'all, man. Thank you, Converge Media, for your support, man. Go Kings.
Right on. Go Kings.
Yeah, you see it.
Wow.
No, I mean, it's important. And even being here, our first day at the Paramount and everything else, it's important that our youth 3,000 miles away down there know, man, that we're rooting for them, man. We're really proud of them representing an amazing job that Baseball Beyond Borders has been doing.
No, seriously. I mean, this is, I think, when we talk about being connected to community and understanding, kids need these kind of opportunities. Oh, and it's a great thing to see BBB come through in this way. And also for those young people to be rewarded with all their hard work by being able to be part of the World Championships. It's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of community, so I was in Columbia City over the weekend, got invited to the Columbia City Beat Walk by Dre Franklin from Build. Yeah. I know you got an award from Build like a few months ago.
Sure,
right?
Did. Absolutely.
You be getting all the awards. You know what I'm saying?
You get the award.
Just get the funny looks. But man, went to the Columbia City Beat Walk yesterday, man, had a great time, did a bunch of interviews. And I mean, I think the Double Dutch Divas stole the show. It was a lot of double dutching out there. And by the way, no, I'm not double dutching in this video, but here it is, the Columbia City Beat Walk.
What's up, y'all? This is Dre with Build 206. We're out here in Columbia City with the Beat Walk. And man, we're just trying to bring some Black joy back to the community, bring some Black faces back to Black spaces. Out here building Black joy, working with the Columbia City Beat Walk. We got Double Dutch Divas out here. We got Converge Media in the building. We got Mr. Nice Guy, G-Prez, Black Stacks. We're out here. We've got a bunch of Black vendors, Black community trying to, have some Black joy, bring us together, and build. Well, it was very important because they were struggling to get Black folks to come back to where we're from. They're in the heart of the South End right now, so there's no reason why even though a lot of us ain't living here no more, why we're not coming back and celebrating our heritage up in here. So we partner with them, and we got black folks out here. Got it popping. And there's been a lot of tragic stuff going on in the community, so it's important for us to come out and celebrate. And I got a lot of phone calls saying we shouldn't do this in public and this and that, but at the end of the day, if we're not activating spaces, then that's where negative stuff happens. So we got to make sure we're investing in having joy and fun as well. I was turning the ropes. He wanted to hop in and get a photo of me while I was turning the ropes, so it was on and popping, man. It's all love, man. As I said, black joy, man. We're trying to get out and have it popping, you know?
I've been dancing with this talent. I've been going as I'm out here freestyle. Know where I'm going. I've been climbing up these levels. You already know. Black power, brown power, united as you go. So
all of our events, we try to make them intergenerational. So we got arts and crafts for young folks. We got Jenga. I see young folks and older folks playing. We got dominoes and spades. The community's not one age. It's all intergenerational. So we want to make sure that we got activities that are reflective of what's going on.
Feel through the hymns and rhyming, and all the time I check my
Give me the goosebumps on this Monday. I just love seeing our community come together in ways like this, with events like this. So glad you could be out there, because honestly, this is the vibrancy that we grew up with. And for every event that gets thrown, all of these weekends and during the week, summer always brings so much joy. But I love seeing that, the intergenerationality of it, man. Everybody coming out with their families. Beautiful time. Shout out to Build. Shout out to everybody who had a hand in making that happen, because that's what I'm talking about, man. We still care about these areas no matter how gentrified they get. They're our home. They are our home. And I love being able to showcase to the new neighbors that black folks still care about these areas, though.
Yeah. That was a lot right there.
You know I'm gonna go there.
But I mean, first of all, like, it was really, really good. And, you know, unfortunate, it's this camera phone collective. I be telling you, we're here right here in the Paramount with these outstanding Blackmagic 6K cameras and amazing lighting and sound and everything else. But you can still tell a good story with just a camera phone and just showing up out there in community and capturing the moment. And you saw proof. Proof was in there. You know, I mean, you know, I tweeted it out. It kind of went like, you know, lightweight viral. I was like, any photographer can photograph people double Dutch jump roping, but only Proof in the Play can be double Dutch jump roping and taking photos.
Shout out to my brother Proof, man, part and parcel of all of our community. I just love seeing it, because really that video showcased to me, you know, so many people that I know and love and care for. And I think that that's really where it's at, is that, you know, we're not strangers to each other, man. We grew up together, and that means something.
I think it also says that although a good portion of our community has been gentrified and displaced, that all it takes is an invitation.
That's right.
You know, Build put out an invitation like, man, come back. And it was cracking for hours, and Black Stacks got it in. So many vendors out there. I mean, it was just a really, really good time. And I think there's a special time here in our city, excuse me, with our Black community wanting to be in community.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And I think, you know, we really all have felt the isolation dealing with COVID. And so the fact that people can come out, be masked up, some folks vaccinated, some folks not, but ultimately folks can have a good time and be healthy, be well out there. Love hearing from Black Stacks, of course, one of my favorites. So great job. I'm glad you were out there with the Camera Phone Collective, bro.
You already know, man. All right, so we're getting ready to take a break. When we come back, we have STG Executive Director Josh LaBelle is going to be joining us. There it is. Handcrafted motion graphic right there. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city. I did it for the love. I did it for the people. I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Market Street Shoes, slinging kicks since 2006, with styles that support you and yours, getting the F outside or staying comfy when you just want to lounge indoors as well. But wait, Market Street Shoes is way more than just a shoe store. Gear up for your next outdoor adventure with apparel and accessories that'll have you looking good on the streets, the trail, or even in your own backyard. With locations in Ballard, Redmond, and online at marketstreetshoes.com, there's undoubtedly a style and size that'll fit your lifestyle.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cuddy, and it's about that time again. It's time to get out and vote. This year, we're weighing in on local races from the county executive to the mayor to the school board and more. So now's the time to use your voice and make yourself heard. Read your voter's pamphlet. You can make your selection in any color pen, sign your return envelope, and return your ballot as soon as possible. Be sure to track it through the process at kingcounty.gov/election. Ballots must be postmarked by Election Day, August 3rd, or placed in one of the 73 King County drop box locations by 8 p.m. on Election Day. Look, now from one P to another, it's important that our voices is heard. So please, go out and vote.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. My name is Omari Salisbury, and we're joined now by Seattle Theater Group Executive Director Josh LaBelle. Welcome to the Morning Update Show.
It's an honor to be here, Omari and Trey.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
Yeah,
well, we're honored to have you.
It seems like it's a reciprocal relationship here, man. I mean, first of all, what a beautiful building. I've been here a few times, but being able to come here the last few days and see it empty with all the lights on and everything else and move around and even go back to where the organ is at and everything. This is a beautiful building.
Well, thank you very much. And the building is yours, right? Mm-hmm. We are stewards here of the historic Paramount, and our whole idea, our vision, something that we are aiming to achieve, we really work on every day, is to try to be the people's theater, a place that welcomes and represents everybody in our community.
That's really good, because we try to be the people's station.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who represents everybody. So for people that don't really know that much about, a lot of people know the Paramount, but might not know a lot about Seattle Theater Group and what Seattle Theater Group does and what you steward. Maybe you can explain that.
Yeah. Let's talk sort of pre-COVID. So Seattle Theater Group owns or operates 3 historic theaters in our community: the Paramount, which we own, the Neptune, and the Moore theaters, which we lease. We produce a large amount of community and education and community engagement programs that happen throughout the region, that don't just center out of our venues, but happen in different places throughout the community. We, in a typical time period, we're serving about 1 million people through about 700 performances at our venues. Sometimes we also present outside of our venues at smaller clubs on up to the Gorge. Our idea is to stay present in an artist's life from development all the way through when they can reach a really large arena. We're intentional about having our programming in lots of different sectors, whether it's Broadway, music, comedy, dance, silent film. That's all intentional, because the idea is the broader we are, the better shot we have at truly achieving this vision of trying to be the people's theater and reaching as many people as possible, many different people as possible. But it's hard.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that too, because some of this is about having the right connections, right? In terms of finding talent, and how do you guys go about approaching that in terms of like making sure that I'll say particularly the Black community is engaged and involved with Seattle Theater Group?
So our programming department, is really diligent right now. I think they've been this way for some time, but even more so coming out of the pandemic, of being intentional in making sure that we're programming a lot of Black artists, but also that's not enough. So to answer your question about how are we engaging with the Black community, we've started a new community group, and bringing people together and simply raising things with this group, asking questions and listening. How can we better serve the Black community here? So we're largely there to listen and respond over time. We have a real specific goal of making sure that we wind up serving a more diverse community from a racial perspective than King County's demographics. So we're measuring this, and it's a new daily discipline for me particularly.
Right. I think that with the Paramount though, that at least my perception over the years, it isn't that you haven't had a lot of Black acts. It's Black communities' access to the theater, because the big acts come, it's only so many places people are going to go in Seattle anyway. When they're booking in the Seattle, Paramount's always one of them. And so, was it Ice Cube that was here? When years ago, wasn't Ice Cube here? I believe.
Yeah, no, you're right. I've heard this story about Ice Cube. That's prior to me being here.
I remember Ice. So the whole point is that Black artists have come here. I think the thing is, over the years, was Black promoters and people who want to do events access to the theater and other theaters. And, I've seen that change over the years and more people have had access, but what are those kind of things? So there's one thing is programming, but another thing is access, with the community having access to the theaters.
Absolutely. We want this to be the community's home. And so if there's ever a perception that it's been difficult for the Black community to access this, a Black promoter or whatnot, let me just address that today and say that will change. That's different. If you ever run into anything like that, I want to hear from you, and I want to hear from you as well.
You will.
All right.
Well, I have a question too, because I think that when you talk about coming out of the pandemic, right? Really artistry, event venues, they were hit super hard, and we've seen this time and time again with a lot of different spaces that house artistry. How are you guys getting excited kind of about the opportunity to open back up and do some things, maybe learning from some lessons before the pandemic?
Can I jump in real quick? This is real important here. Let me get this camera, because Treyana just said the possibility of opening back up. I want to be clear with everybody that today is the first act, the first thing that the Paramount has had since COVID. So we are open back up right here on the Morning Update Show.
Bravo. Absolutely true. And by the way, a performance will happen on August 21st with the Black Pumas. I think it's 2 nights, 21 and 22. Your question though, can you say that again?
Yeah, I was just saying, what kind of things are you excited for now that, you guys were shut down for a long time, probably as I love to say, in the kitchen, cooking in the pot, right? Digging up some ideas about what you guys are going to do next once you reopen. And I said possibility just because the Delta variant is out there. We've seen this fluctuation, but that hits, big spaces like this often, or you have to change up. I know a lot of spaces are saying, come in, either be vaccinated or come with your proof of a test, right, that you don't have COVID. So, there's some adjustments there, but what are some of the things you guys are excited about?
I'm going to speak personally, but also just, I have a good pulse of the organization and our management team. I'm really excited that there is a commitment for us to work more with local artists coming out of coming out of this shutdown. We've always worked with local artists, and I think there is a real commitment to do more, and very specifically work more with artists of color. And I think if you take a look at the Neptune series that opened the Neptune, there's quite a few local artists of color that wound up really grounding that series. And our last show was, I think, last Saturday night, just this past Saturday night. The other thing that I know I'm excited about, and our management team is excited about, is there are sectors that are changing. So I spend a fair amount of my time interacting with different big picture sectors of performing arts. And Broadway is one of those sectors I'm most intrigued about right now, because I think Broadway has been through a very strong reckoning. And I have to give credit to the Broadway League. That is the service organization that represents Broadway in New York City, but also Broadway out on the road. Broadway is really important because very few people understand that in terms of performing arts centers or large venues like this across our country, approximately 40% of the revenue that they're reliant upon comes from Broadway. Broadway has not been serving the Black community all that well. Let's just admit that. And I do believe that is changing. And I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see a fair amount of new shows that really are brought to the stage with the Black community, with more Black artists. And hopefully this also changes the population coming to the theaters as well. But it's also important, and I want you guys to know, because you are a media company, there is a commitment that is not solid yet, but I believe that when it comes to marketing dollars, which is a substantial amount of marketing dollars are spent on Broadway across the country, I believe the vast majority of markets will be making a commitment that a reasonable percentage will be spent on locally independent media that is owned or operated by communities of color.
That's good.
And that's going to change. I really hope that would help a company like Converge, and I also really hope that helps us reach new audiences.
Yeah, being intentional is good.
Yeah, and I like what's on your website. Like, what is the theme there? Right. The theme on the website. Right. I go to that homepage.
Streaming the revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we're not intentional about joining you, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Well,
right?
I will say this though, is that, and I really have to acknowledge some of the staff here at STG, and Marisol being one of them, and a few other people, because the relationship between Converge and STG and Paramount, it didn't start here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we're here today, but it really started with the intentionality of Marisol and discussions and everything else, and the production you guys had, Elevate.
Yep.
And Elevate, if I could share this with the audience, Elevate, a great show, great programming and everything else, and it was really about uplifting and elevating these Black youth, in spoken word and some everything else. And this was the middle of COVID. Nobody had any resources or anything. And, just talking to Marisol, I was like, man, this is a great program. How can we literally elevate it? How can we get them on air? How can we do everything else? But, I just say all that to say that sometimes big steps in relationships just start with small conversations. And it was just, Marisol, I didn't know her at all, just reached out and said, hey, you know what? I just want to talk to you. And here we are months later now, sitting in the Paramount. So things do change, one
Absolutely.
Conversation at a time, one person at a time, everything else. Another thing I'll say is, as far as theater, right? When we was growing up, we ain't had no TV. Our mom was like, you guys gonna be reading it. We ain't had no TV, but we had radio. And so we used to listen to radio theater. In the radio theater, we listened to Les Miserables. And yo, you know what I'm saying? Is Jean Valjean. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because I knew the whole story of Les Mis through radio. And then I saw it here in the theater. And I was like, wow. And it was transformational. Automatically, I just became a theater head. You know what I'm saying? And so like COVID, I was like checking out shows and everything because it's so amazing to see a live show on the stage. And so when you're talking about one, Broadway shows in general, you know, hopefully coming back soon, but then shows in the near future that are more representative of our community, I think that's going to be transformational, especially for young people.
Yeah, and I gotta say here too, Omari surprised me with our names on the marquee. And I grew up a theater kid. Okay, I grew up a theater kid. Felicia Lau, that's half of Black Stacks, was my mentor in theater, and I seen her downtown at one of the big theaters in Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, when I was in the 5th grade, and it set me off to go into theater, to be an actress, to be on the stage. And so honestly, this means a lot to me. And I agree 100% with what Omari's saying, because really for us, it's about having shows that also represent our lived experience and having curators of shows like Elevate that are really there to be like, nah, we're connecting all of this amazing talent to these amazing venues. So I'm looking forward to it, Josh. We'll see how it shapes up.
Well, I'm touched that you both shared that and just want to say thank you. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
there's a lot we can do together.
Yeah, we got you.
Know? I mean,
there's a lot we can do together.
I think that as well. And you know, I mean, you can't be the head of STG and, you know, the stewards of these iconic theaters without us asking these kind of tough questions about community and things like that. But I also, because we need to break, we got some live performances coming, but I also want to be very fair and objective to say that like the staff here at the Paramount and STG, even from months ago through today, through stage setup and everything else, have been, we've used the word a lot today, but very intentional in the way that they've worked with Converge. And I never forget that we're the little engine that could in this city. You know what I'm saying? We're just we're the newest and smallest media company, you know what I'm saying? And so I never forget. I tell people all the time, I got the memory of an elephant when it comes to acts of kindness. I never forget that, like, you know, we're the little guys out here and these relationships, and we're here in the Paramount. So thank you.
Well, you may see yourself as the little guys. We don't. I think it's really important that you understand we see our health so connected to your health and your success and your growth. And I know that we could be better partners to you and do more together. And know that you've got my commitment. It's not just Marisol. It's everybody that's here.
That means a lot.
All right, good
Thanks,
stuff. Josh LaBelle, Executive Director, Seattle Theater Group. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you both.
We're going to take a quick break and we're going to transition to the auditorium. We got a performance from LIVT. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey Seattle, if you're trying to find something to do this summer, I got the perfect thing for you. Come on down to Seattle Waterfront's Pier 62 and enjoy free, yes free, family-friendly events all summer long, like art, dance, music, storytelling. And if you're trying to get that body right before the summer is over, you might as well join their free yoga and fitness classes. Head on over to Waterfront Park Seattle for a full summer schedule of vibes you don't want to miss.
Hey, it's me, downtown Seattle, C-Town. Wish you were here. Here, to explore inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Where it's easy to get my good side. Here, where my rooftops invite you to come early and stay late. Where every view is a postcard, and each night out might be your best night ever. See you soon. Love, C-Town.
The Morning Update Show is going back on the road, and this time we're headed to Seattle's iconic Paramount Theater. Join me, Trey Holiday, and the rest of the Morning Update Show crew August 2nd through August 6th as we broadcast live from one of Seattle's most iconic landmarks and put a focus on the arts, culture, and music right here in the Emerald City. That's the Morning Update Show, live from the Paramount Theater, August 2nd through August 6th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., streaming across all Converge media platforms. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We were fortunate we were able to go all. It's got so many hidden passageways that make seats appear and disappear and everything else. Now, I know you're going to do your song Unbothered for us today, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Pacific Northwest native, specifically from Lakewood, Tacoma, Washington, 253 in the house. Shout out. But yeah, I've been doing music for like 10 years. It's pretty much my whole life outside of being a creative. I've performed around the city. I am in touch with the community, love what you all are doing. I'm just happy to be here. Also, I used to work here at the Paramount STG, so I'm happy I can come back and work with my friends.
Back home again. Now, I read in your profile, you said that your music is a little bit like Seattle weather. It's kind of kick back. It can be gloomy at times, easygoing, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, people who know me, I'm mostly a chill person. I like my stuff to be introspective. I like it to have a meaning. And usually I like the tones that are a little more darker and more of a vibe, which is what I think Unbothered is.
All right, good stuff. And before you get into Unbothered, you tell us a little bit more about the song. Why'd you write it?
I was having one of those days that most artists do where you're comparing yourself to other people, trying to put yourself in a box you don't fit in. And I was actually upset. And I just wanted to write a song just about kind of doing you, being yourself, owning who you are, and not really being worried about anything else, which is why it's called Unbothered. I mean, the lyrics is, I just need the simple things, my hoodies and my jeans. And that's usually how I'm dressed in a performance. I mean, it's usually a little bit nicer hoodie and jeans, but
I feel you. I'm out of uniform today. I'm always in my Converge hoodie and some jeans. All right, the stage is yours. LIVT.
Thank you. Yes. Let's get it. So y'all are gonna hear a part that says me, 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 and once you get it, you can say it too. I'll tell you. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, does it make a difference how I sing on this beat? Tell me, are you really listening? Or did the drugs make you miss my speech? This is for the crooners and the real ones, holding hands with who they please. And middle fingers to the whole world. If you ain't down with who I be, yeah. I just need the simple things, my hoodies and my jeans. I'm tired of pleasing strangers, chasing cloud is not my dreams. That energy is dangerous. I'm just grinding for my queens. Not trying to live my day for you, yo. I'm just trying to be me, 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 yeah. Me, 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 yeah. I done seen dreams die after 25. I got too many friends that can only party high. I know a couple girls only fishing for the likes. And if it's all a trend, then I guess I'm behind. Yo, I can't call it rinse, wash, repeat. It's all the same cycle and stuff that I see. And I'm scrolling and scrolling, no sign of unique. I'm chilling with shepherds, y'all gossip with sheep. And now a postgraduate, journey never average. I keep a couple squares and some full-blown savages. Mama needing palaces, checks and the balances. My never-ending story, yeah. I just need the simple things, my hoodies and my jeans. I'm tired of pleasing strangers, chasing cloud is not my dreams. That energy is, I'm just grinding for my queens. Not trying to live my day for you, yo. I'm just trying to be me, 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 yeah, me, me, me. Me, me, me. Listen, yeah. So I go by the name of Liv. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. Please look me up, all social media, LIV_music with the Q. Let's get it. My mama said, I'm proud of you. Don't be afraid to kill it. Write your name on everything and make the people feel it. Let them know its consequences, questioning who's illest. And maybe if they listen close, they find out who the real is. Yo, because they're too late. They know you're here. We've come too far. They know you're real. This beat's too hard to not be clear. Let all the people know your name. Look, just let them know you walk that walk. And let them know you talk that talk. You better say you want that smoke. And when the people try and front, you better flaunt that glow. Yeah, just let them know you walk that walk. And let them know you talk that talk. You better say you want that smoke. And when the people try and front, you better flaunt that glow. Yeah, just let them know you walk that walk. And let them know you talk that talk. You better say you want that smoke. And when the people try and front, you better flaunt that glow. One more time, just let them know you walk that walk. And let them know you talk that talk. You better say you want that smoke. And when the people try and front, you better flaunt that glow. It's Liv. Yes.
Liv. There it is. Can I give you a hug?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, LIVT, Unbothered. I'm glad you weren't so unbothered that you didn't take time for us. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, it's Miss Flows and Trey Holiday. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media. Oh boy, this is an amazing stage. And I got an amazing performer standing right here beside me, Miss Flows. What up, Miss Flows?
What's up, Trey?
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Now, I know you. You do a lot of different things. You write, you produce, you act, you sing, you got spoken word. You do a lot around here. What is some of the things that inspire your artistry?
My children and my grandchildren.
Wow. And just tell the people how long you've been doing artistry and some of the things that make you continue to do it.
As far as how long I've been doing it, I've been acting since I was 7. I've been singing since I was 12, and I've been writing since I was 15. I started off with stage productions, actually, and moved into poetry, which is part of my therapy. So you write it out and get it out.
That's right. And you do a lot of different things. I sometimes find her at events, y'all, and I'm buying the earrings as well. So there is almost nothing you don't do.
I'm an artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do handmade leather earrings. I also sing with my own band. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I act as
Yeah.
well. I like acting probably more than anything that I do, but I do more poetry.
Wow.
So it just works out that way. I'm also a published author. I've got like 15 manuscripts on Amazon.com. Check me out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let's let the audience know a little bit about the piece you're going to perform for us today.
The piece I'm performing today is titled Humanity. It's my signature piece. It's what I'm known for around Seattle. I'm originally from Chicago, but I've been here over 30 years.
Wow. Well, I'll let you take it away. You guys, Ms. Flows.
In this world, in this world, in this world, where I stand. Before I talk to you about the world in which I stand, I want to ask you, my fellow man, to take part in a very short piece. Power. That's all I want you to say. When I point, I want you to say as loud as you can, power. Power to the people providing positive paths for the purpose of progression. That's, thank you. In this world where I stand not amongst the chosen man, I don't drive no fancy car. I've never acquired the taste for caviar. Gay Paris. To date, I can't afford to travel that far. When I look in the sky, I realize I can't name one damn star. I was raised by a single mother, and me and my younger brother took the option of staying strong for one another. We were no strangers to the public aid because that's how our rent was paid. I was my mother's maid, master chef, and the receptionist too. And it was my pleasure helping mother through those struggles she had with motherhood. Lord knows I did everything I could. But present came and changed us all, and some of us came to rise while others came to fall in this world. I got a story, my story is sad. The details of my story make me mad. I got a story, I got a plea. Somebody please save my humanity. Those struggles yesterday, they now seem the good days. It's extreme, the way we all fail, like the domino effect, all catching our own versions of hell. It made my head swell with mass sorrows as I prayed for brighter tomorrows, when I no longer had to borrow, when my baby brother was no longer on the grind, when my mother stopped smoking all the crack cocaine she could find. I was looking to locate my peace of mind in this world of drugs and thugs and thieves and women being forced to their knees. Somebody please save my humanity. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all heard it right here. Ms. Flows putting it down.
Thank you.
I told y'all she was going to be fire. I just got to say that. You always are. You always come through. Thank you so much for gracing us with your talent and your passion.
I'm excited to be here. I did not know. I must be the only person who didn't. I did not know this was going on. I didn't know this. I still had you over at Black Dot. I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm so proud of her. She's also in one of my productions, Jazzy Blues, All Up in the Soul, as Sarah Vaughn.
Yeah, absolutely.
So don't sleep on Trey. She's got a lot of talent too.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Ms. Flows. Amazing. You guys, I got to bring my co-host with the most, Big O, back to the stage so we can let you go properly. Stay tuned. You guys are watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Wow. Me.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show with my guy, Big O, right here at the Paramount. A beautiful first day, Big O.
Man, and an incredible first day. And I know we're getting ready to get out of here, but first of all, we got to give a big shout out to this Paramount crew.
Yes.
And not only here today, we're here yesterday. Everything, man, the setup is crazy. Then also our production crew, these guys, they just keep getting more stripes, more and more. Jake Grav brought Daryl Glover, Steve Hickey, Carlos Imani. We got Omi, Ike Everard, Curtis Delgado, Alia D'Alessandro, and man, it's a real deal crew that's making all this come together.
So amazing. And every time, we may be some of the faces here, but it's all these guys that be behind these cameras, y'all making it happen for us. Love you guys, Converge family.
All right. So Trey Holiday, it's a bit different. It's a different room right now. It's a very big room. Yeah. But we're overtime. Before we get out of here, any last words?
You guys know my last words stay consistent, as we saw right here with our talent, LIVT, and with Ms. Flows and Josh LaBelle. Everybody is finding a way to see themselves as part of Amazing Solutions. You guys have plenty of inspiration for you guys to get out there and see yourself as a part of an amazing solution or create it. Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. And man, how could I forget about tomorrow? I'm not sure if they have a motion graphic for this or not, but tomorrow we got a lot going on. We got Justin Carter from Capitol Hill Seattle blog. A lot of nightlife and entertainment and culture happening up there on Capitol Hill. So we're going to talk to Justin Carter. We got Jerry Brewer from the Seattle Association of Black Journalists. On August 14th at Converge Studios, at our new studio, we're hosting Connie Thompson and Jesse Jones and Essex Porter. It's the SABJ Black Voices Matter, the same event that I was on last year. And then we've got Adam Zaks, who's the Chief Programming Officer here at the Paramount. We'll talk more about programming. We've got Shakia. Shakia's going to be here, and then my boy Cool Nuts. So we've got a very full show for you guys tomorrow. Want to again say thank you for tuning in. This is an amazing experience. This is going to be an incredible week. And on that note, I want to remind you, go forward in your purpose, go forward in your humanity. And until tomorrow at 11 a.m., peace.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day.